What's interesting about the stories that you've told and a lot of the context of the Indian military is that the conflicts are either right at the border or inside the border, right? Whether it's Sri Lanka, Kashmir, or even domestic terrorism that's very real and far unlike anything that we've seen in recent years in the Western United States, and sorry, in the Western world. Um, these conflicts are like in your backyard, right? And I'm curious if you think that makes a difference here, because these folks are operating in areas that are like geographically like very close to them. How does that change their behavior or their perception of conflict? Either one, Purav or Sudeep, would love your thoughts.
Yeah, no, I can go first. And you know, whenever these conflicts are happening within the borders, uh, we first of all, I think within the population, and I go back to the last major war that we fought. It was the Kargil conflict that happened in 1999, where and I was a teenager at that time, and sort of late teens, early 20s at that time. And I remember, had I made it to the India, I probably would have gotten commission around that time. So for me, it became very very real. But in many ways, the Kargil War, created this groundswell of support for the army, and it was very visible. It was very visible amongst the population of this country because the interesting thing about India is that India has always been about defending our borders as opposed to being on the offense. In fact, the only offensive maneuver we ever did was the 71 war, where the Indian Army got involved in the liberation of Bangladesh because we had an influx of refugees who came in from Bangladesh, and the Indian Army had to step in and liberate, and hence a new country was created. But we didn't stay, right? Once the country was created and everyone the administration took over, the local Bangladeshis, we came back. Uh, so the Indian Army doctrine always has been that of aggressive defense. Uh, and what that also does is it also gives a certain moral ascendance within the country, where I've seen many cases where citizens of this country are standing behind the army and the armed forces because hey, they are out there defending our borders. And there is that very deep emotional connect saying that look, if these guys are not standing on those borders, uh, then whoever is threatening those borders can come and hit us.